like that intro. I've always seen intros like that, and I kind of just wanted to do one, but I think it was pretty cool, if I had to say so myself. Anyways, hey guys, it's Artsy here, and I was once someone like you, someone who just had pen and paper. If you even have a pen and not like a half run down graphite pencil, and mechanicals are for the rich kids, so we don't even talk about those. I remember back in the day, Procreate just came out. I didn't know whether I wanted a drawing tablet or an iPad. Granted, I didn't have any money back then, but now I've been drawing for almost 2 years, and I've had the privilege of working on both. Let me tell you the pros and cons of each device and my opinion on them. Although, to be honest, I'm really just going to be talking about the cons. So, first I'll say an honest truth, you do not need a drawing tablet. Pencils and paper and paint are really nice and completely valid work methods. And if painting wasn't such an awful cleanup, that's what I'd be doing constantly. So, drawing tablets. They're nice, as expected. I haven't worked on one of the non-screen tablets, so I can't really say for them. But let's get going with it. First, we'll go ahead and start with the cons, like I was talking about. All the pros are going to be relatively the same, and if I'm not talking about them, it's probably a pro. The first thing I want to talk about is just how bulky the regular drawing tablets are. They're just huge. And along with that, you need to plug into a PC, and you need the ports and whatnot, and it just makes it difficult for me to work on. I didn't have a large tablet. I had a Huion 16-inch Pro, so it wasn't the largest, but I had always just felt so grounded. I couldn't take my paintings on the go, I couldn't paint wherever I wanted in my house, and it all just took up a little bit too much space. I'll show you my desk just for reference. See, it's pretty big, and that's not just what she said. But on the other side of this, if you like working in a sustained condition and you don't just like being on the go, you gotta sit down and focus on whatever you're doing, you'll probably have a better time with the drawing tablet. And well, that's basically the only con I have. My experience with the Huion drawing tablet is really, really nice, and it's what got me started in digital art, so I am really, truthfully, forever grateful. But for everything else, the drawing tablet is what you expect. It's a beautiful machine. Now we'll go ahead and talk about the main cons for the iPad. It's the layers. Yep, not having enough storage or RAM to produce crazy masterful paintings. Granted, the only one who really truly needs more are some of the best of the best. I don't, and I'm sure you don't. Next, which is my biggest gripe with the iPad, is the price. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I got my iPad Air 4 256 gigabytes on sale, and it was still around $800 after taxes and the Apple Pencil, and then Procreate was $10. Now, with Apple's reputation and how they're moving all their stuff more towards like creators and business people, it kind of makes sense, but it's just so much money. Otherwise, I'm loving my iPad. I could go into more technical things, but what my main conclusion is that it's all preference. It's hard to say if you haven't had experience with either machine or if you're a new artist, but it's preference. What originally brought me to buying a drawing tablet was because I didn't feel like spending money on paints. I figured I would save money in the long run if I just went ahead and switched to digital, which I did, even though I still paint and still waste all my money on actual paints and whatnot. However, the reason I ditched my tablet was because I was always more productive in a sketchbook and a more sketchy environment. It's just where I work best. And well, an iPad is a system where I can take wherever and use it as such, so that's the reason why I bought it, and I certainly do not regret it. Ever since I got my iPad, I have felt like I have just been working so much more on art and practicing. Granted, not that much recently, that's why I've been kind of low on Instagram. It's just, things are a little rough right now. However, I am still getting used to my iPad as a device, so my opinion may change in the future. But in conclusion, it all depends on what you want. If you have an easier time working on a project in a stationary place and want a bigger screen to work on and more layers, I'd say get one. They're cheaper than iPads, which also gives a lot of moving space whenever it comes to like laptops and whatnot. It just started raining. I like rain whenever I'm drawing, but I don't know if it's gonna come up on the mic. I don't know. However, if you're more experienced and either need a device that you can move around with, or you're more comfortable with sketching and you'd rather have a sketchbook-like experience, and if you have the money, I'd say go ahead and try an iPad. And, if you don't like it, it's still an iPad. It's still a great device. Anyways, guys, I am so sorry for the late upload. I have had so much going on, and my creative juices have been on a down low. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead, leave a like, leave a comment, and if you didn't, dislike and tell me why. Have a great day.